Hi Kelly, it's nice to meet you. My name's Emily, I'll be working with you.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm a little nervous, I've never really done something like this before.
That's understandable, it's a new situation for you, and let me know any ways that I can help to make you feel more comfortable, because I'll be working side by side with you, so just let me know.
Okay, thanks.
So I'm sure that when you were sitting in the waiting room, you probably signed the consent form with and signed it and got that out of the way with the university's policies for of the Healthcare and Counseling Center. So I'm just going to quickly go over confidentiality so we can get that out of the way. I want to let you know I will not be sharing anything that you tell me in these sessions. I will not break confidentiality unless under 3 circumstances would I need to do that. The first one would be if you posed a safety threat to yourself or to people around you. For example, if you expressed that you had a plan to harm yourself or to harm someone you know, that would be one reason. The second one would be I work under my supervisor, and if there's something that I want to disclose to her that I feel I need her input on, it would just be between us, but that would be another reason. And lastly, if I was subpoenaed by the court due to legal reasons, that would be another reason I would need to break it. So, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So typically we start with 12 sessions, and we will be reevaluating at the end of that to see where you're at. During these sessions, we will be going over how you're doing, how it can be of help, and how you're progressing through things. We'll look at some treatment goals for you to try and obtain by the end of the sessions. And so if you should you feel at any point that you want to terminate the services and you don't want to attend sessions anymore, just let the counseling center know as soon as you can.
Okay.
Okay? You may see me writing things down once in a while. It's just for my record, so that I can remember things correctly, what you're saying, and so I don't misunderstand and get it wrong.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Does this day and time usually work for you every week?
Yeah, but I can let you know if that changes.
Okay, great. So, how old are you, Kelly?
I'm 20. I'm a junior here.
Okay. What are you studying here?
Early childhood education.
Great. So you like working with the younger kids?
Yeah, I love preschool.
It's a great age, absolutely. Are you from this area? Do you live in the dorms?
My family lives a couple hours away, so yeah, I live in the dorms now.
Do you go home and see your family often?
Yeah, probably every other weekend.
Who makes up your family?
My mom, my dad, and my little brother. He's 14. He loves when I come home, so.
It sounds like family is really important to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have they always been a major part of your life?
Definitely.
How have you been liking the dorms?
It's okay, I guess. I think I might want to move to an apartment soon, though.
Oh?
Yeah, there's more freedom that way, I think.
And do you have roommates?
Yep, my friend Jess, we met freshman year. We're pretty close.
So you work well as roommates together?
Yeah, we're both pretty laid back, so we get along really well.
Great. And how have classes been going?
Lately, not so great. I think my grades have been slipping quite a bit, and I've found it really hard to concentrate. I really haven't been able to do much of anything because my boyfriend passed away last December, and that's sort of why I came here.
Wow, that's awful. I mean, that's a huge reason why your concentration would be affected. It must be extremely hard for you to be living here and going to classes still.
Yeah, I thought I would let winter break kind of pass by, and once I got back to school I might be okay, but it's just been really difficult. He was my best friend, so.
How long have you been dating him?
We met during freshman year orientation and started dating by winter break.
Would you mind me asking how he passed away?
He was in a car accident. His friend was driving, and they had been drinking, and they were driving home from a party.
Were you there that night?
No. I stayed in because I wasn't feeling so well, and I was watching a movie with Jess, and
It must be really hard for you to be telling this story right now.
yeah. Joe's friend called me at around 2 in the morning and told me. I just wanted to come here because I was feeling so depressed all the time, and I really don't feel like I'll ever be happy again.
I think taking the step to come here was a good thing for you, and it sounds like you're finding it really hard to be hopeful at this point.
Really hard.
Do you have any safety concerns? In other words, do you have any thoughts of harming yourself?
No, nothing like that. I know my family would miss me, and I know it wouldn't do any good. I want to be here, I want to find some way to get through with this.
Well, good. I want to help you find a way to get through this, and it sounds like your family is a major protective factor for you.
Yeah.
So it seems like you're able to, because you're able to take the step of coming here, it seems like you're able to utilize some coping skills, and that's great because we can work towards that together.
Okay.
So it looks like we're going to be finding ways to help make this healing process easier for you. I realize you're feeling pretty hopeless right now, and that it seems really impossible to feel happy again without Joe.
Mm-hmm.
You said you've been feeling depressed. What kinds of feelings have you been experiencing?
It's more of a lack of feeling. In the beginning I was so sad and angry and confused, and now I feel nothing. I have no motivation, and it's a struggle just to get to class.
So has your concentration has been affected?
Yeah, definitely.
And your motivation to even attend class?
Yeah, and I've been barely getting by. When I make it to class, I'm just not fully there.
Mm-hmm. You're present, but you're unable to focus?
Right.
And you mentioned feeling angry. Why were you feeling angry?
I was so angry at his friend. I mean, we haven't spoken since Joe's funeral. I mean, I know he feels awful, and I don't think he'll ever forgive himself, but I'm just finding it so hard to forgive him too.
Was he also injured in the accident?
He was in the hospital for a couple days, but his injuries were pretty minor.
Mm-hmm. And does he reach out to you?
He tried for about a week or so after the accident, but I think he realized that I need my space for a while right now, and I can't even look at him.
I can see how it must be extremely difficult to face him right now. How have you been sleeping at night?
Not so well. Honestly, I keep having nightmares, and I wake up sweating, and I can't get back to sleep. Either that, or I can't fall asleep in the first place. Lately I've been smoking pot to help me get some rest.
And the nights that you don't smoke, do those tend to be sleepless nights?
For the most part, yeah.
How do you feel the next morning after you wake up after smoking and to get some rest?
I'm usually still really tired. I know it isn't good to get in the habit of smoking, and I never used to really smoke, but I feel like nothing's going to make me feel better, and it at least decreases the pain just for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. In what ways does it decrease the pain for you?
It makes me numb, and it slows down the negative thoughts. It's more of a temporary solution, I guess.
So you feel like the effects of the marijuana, even though they help soothe you in the moment, are only helping in the short term?
Yeah.
And how's your energy level throughout the day?
Well, the pot doesn't help my energy, I guess. It just makes me want to lie in bed all day. But that might just be because I'm feeling so down.
How about your appetite?
It's pretty low. Smoking makes me a little hungrier at night, but for the most part, I usually only go to the cafeteria once a day. Sometimes it just feels like it physically hurts to make the effort to eat.
Yeah, it sounds like your body is responding to the way you're emotionally feeling, and physical symptoms of depression can certainly arise with that. How supportive has your roommate, Jess, been throughout all of this?
She's great. I mean, she's the one who suggested I come here. She hates seeing me like this, and she thinks that I should take the semester off and go home for a while, and I'm wondering if I should do that, but I wanted to try this first.
I'm glad you came here. May take some time to work through, and it may not come very easily. But it is good that you were able to take that step to get help. How has your family been? Have they been a big support system for you?
Oh, absolutely. They loved Joe. They were so devastated too, and I know they're glad that I'm getting help because they knew I would need it.
It sounds like you have friends and family who really care about you and they support you and are there for you during this.
Definitely.
Now, when you are able to get up and be out of bed and when you don't have to attend class, what kinds of things have you been doing nowadays?
I usually watch TV or I try to read a book, but a lot of the times I just have a really hard time focusing on one thing for an extended period of time.
So things like watching TV, reading a book, are these activities that you enjoyed prior to Joe passing away?
Yeah, when I was just sitting around and relaxing. I used to like to go for runs too. I used to go to the school's gym all the time.
And your motivation to do those sorts of activities, is that decreased as well?
Yeah, I really would like to get back into it, but everything's just been so hard lately.
Absolutely. How would you feel about making exercise as part of one of your goals here?
Yeah, that'd be good, but what do you mean?
So if we were to come up with 2 or 3 goals for us to work on throughout these sessions, to try and maybe obtain by the end of it, how would you feel about making one of them getting back to regularly exercising?
Yeah, I think that would definitely be good. Hopefully it would lift my mood a little bit.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. I think it would also give you more energy for the day so that you can feel like you're being more productive throughout the day, and that can improve your concentration, your ability to focus, especially how you were talking about like in class, having a difficult time with that. And it might even help you get better sleep at night because your body will be tired from working out, so you can hopefully get a more restful sleep.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Great. So what else do you think might be helpful to work on?
I think the obvious one would be smoking marijuana.
And what do you hope to have happen with that?
I doubt that I'd fully quit for good, but if I could at least get back to where I used to be, I think that would be okay.
And where was that?
Once in a great while, socially, maybe once or twice a month.
Okay. And what do you think would be an important step towards that goal?
I think if I just kept myself busy, it'd take my mind off of smoking. I had been working part-time at a daycare down the street, but I told them I needed some time, and they were really understanding of that, but I'd really like to get back to that.
Excellent. I think that would be a great idea.
And that would help with the smoking, because I never smoked right before working with the kids. I would never do that.
Great. So it sounds like working in childcare, you find that a good way to deter yourself from smoking.
Right, yeah.
So we went over exercising regularly and trying to decrease the frequency of smoking. Do you think that those would be significant in helping through this healing process? What might be another factor that's contributing to these feelings of depression, or what do you think the depression is affecting in your life right now?
I think definitely the amount of sleep I get per night. I feel like a zombie during the day, and all because of my lack of sleep, and I just have such a hard time settling down at night. My thoughts are racing.
Have you ever tried relaxation techniques or meditation, anything like that?
No, I guess not.
So I can collect some information on relaxation techniques that I have given to people in the past that they have found very helpful, and so I can be prepared for next session with those things. A simple thing right now that I would suggest for relaxation breathing-wise would be belly breathing, which is laying down, trying to take long, slow, deep breaths from your stomach rather than up here taking short breaths, just focusing really hard on your breathing. And sometimes it even helps to put something on your stomach to watch it go up and down, like anything small, like a tissue, anything. You can just put it on there and just watch it as you're breathing. So that can help with relaxation. And as far as meditation, I know a lot of people find meditation helpful, and it can be great in helping you focus and relax at night. And so they have a lot of free apps and like YouTube video clips that you can find online of guided meditation with imagery or soothing music, whatever it may be that you find helpful. So you can look those things up, and some of these things might help slow you down at night before bed.
Okay, I'll definitely try and look that up when I get back. I also know that I should try not to spend a whole lot of time in bed other than when I'm sleeping. I've read somewhere that it's good to only use your bed for sleeping, and so I'll try to stay out of bed when I'm doing other things like reading and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that might definitely help get your mind to settle down for the night.
Yeah.
So Kelly, we covered a lot in this first session. I wanted to thank you for sharing as much as you have with me today.
No problem. I'm glad I did it. It feels a little better already just to get it out there. I know I have a long way to go though. I miss him so much.
It seems like a long road ahead. And the loss of a loved one is never a simple thing to navigate through. And I can imagine there's going to be days where it's harder than other days, and when you feel like it's impossible to ever get back to where you used to be.
Yeah, I know there will be some ups and downs.
It sounds like you have an excellent support system, and that you're certainly not alone in this. Finding the strength to reach out for help is an excellent first step.
It's so hard to ask for help, but I know it's the right thing.
And we'll be working towards your goals together. So let's quickly just go over what goals we decided on. So the first one that we talked about was getting back into exercising regularly, and we agreed that it would help in a few ways. With your energy level, to boost that, to boost your mood, and to either whether you get back into it slowly, or just going 1 or 2 days a week, or get right back into doing it as much as you were in the first place. I think either way, it'll be very helpful in the long run and get you feeling better overall.
Yeah.
So that was a good first goal. And then the second one that we talked about was decreasing the frequency of smoking. We felt like it would, you talked about it would make you feel like you're thinking more clearly and be more productive during the day. And you talked about going back to working part-time at the daycare center because you feel like that would deter you from the smoking and keep yourself busy.
Yeah.
And then our third goal that we came up with was to get back into getting good, sufficient sleep at night, which goes along with the other goals, but this is really important for you to be well rested so that you can feel good the next day and not feel like, how you were saying, you feel like a zombie, not getting enough rest. So we discussed the relaxation techniques, and I'll bring in some of the information on those for our next session. And then you can try some of the things that we talked about, the meditation and the breathing, things like that, and see how they work for you.
Okay.
So how does this all feel to you?
I feel like we went through a lot, and even though these goals seem really hard to obtain right now, I think I'm ready to give it a shot. I'm so sick and tired of feeling like this.
It's exhausting managing this loss.
Very.
So next time we meet, we'll revisit these goals and see how you're progressing through the healing process. You can try these things and let me know how they go. And we can also discuss possible medications that other people have found helpful in managing depression and anxiety symptoms. But I think that these goals that we've come up with today are a great start.
Yeah, I had thought about medication, but like I said, when my friend suggested taking a semester off, I wanted to try this first. I'm finding it really difficult, even though that I have these goals, and then maybe I would think about medication, but it's not my first choice.
Mm-hmm. And that's totally understandable. A lot of people do feel that way, but I like to give people their options so that you know what's out there and you can try what you think is best for you. But I will be right here side by side with you to help figure this out.
Thank you.
Okay. So that just about wraps it up, and it was great to meet you, and I'll see you next week, and just let me know if anything changes in the meantime with anything needing this date and time. Just let me know if any of that changes, but
Okay.
I look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you.
I hope you have a
See
good
you
week.
next week.
Bye, Kelly.
Bye.